This is a very wonderful time for patients to ask lots of questions, get as best educated as they can as what's out there and what's coming, because we're quickly approaching the point where the drugs in the clinic under investigational study are dramatic as opposed to what's available in the community setting.
It's good that we've cured cancer in mice for the last 5-6 years, but it's sad that it hasn't come to the patient. But we're there now. We're bringing these therapies into the clinic right now.
Truthfully, I didn't know anything much about clinical trials when my oncologist suggested it to me. Some people think that a clinical trial, you're going to be treated like a lab rat. And it's the furthest thing from the truth. I have never been so well taken care of and monitored, and those nurses, when I would walk in, knew my every thought. They take such wonderful, wonderful care of you. After I finished, I had a CAT scan and they couldn't find any cancer.
The first time they come, the first thing that's on their minds is, Doc, I don't want to just be a guinea pig. Talk to me about what this research is all about. They're particularly passionate about the issues because they've been told that we don't have any standard options. So what is this? Are we now a chance to do experiments on them? And that's not the case. I mean, we really care about the patients. I explain to the patients that when they're involved in clinical research, they get a treatment. There's more documentation involved, maybe a couple more blood tests involved, but the treatments we're developing have been heavily selected.
In June, I started on these treatments. And so then once a month, I would get a shot, and they would first, 1 month it'd be in the left arm, and the next month it'd be in the right arm. I really didn't feel anything going on, but at the same time, I had several CT scans, and each time they showed a little less tumor. And then when I finally had this last PET scan, why, according to that, all the tumors were gone.
The technology that's out there that is the most potent is still in the animal laboratories. In preclinical animal work, there we define the safety and the dose in various animal models. And then it's translated, or it's a translational chain. Phase 1 trials generally involve the first time the particular agent has been used in a person. Then we watch for safety, we watch for any side effects, and so we're not always sure the dose or the schedule. And so a phase 1 trial enables treatment to be given at escalating doses, and we've confirmed mechanism. Once we think we find the optimal dose during phase 1, we do a phase 2 trial. This is generally a larger trial involving more patients. In phase 2, we try to see, well, how good is it? How many responses do we really get? What is the survival? How does it delay? And we compare that to historical data with a standard of care. Phase 3 is oftentimes the necessary trial that you need to develop a comparison for FDA and our investigative community on how good is this experimental therapy compared to a standard therapy that we've already demonstrated success with. The FDA is very attentive. They very much want this to be success in patients just as we do. But they published years ago very specific rules of safety, rules of engagement, rules of development, mechanism, and these rules were published to make sure that what we do develop is, does what it says it does what it's built to do, and can do it repeatedly. We engage the FDA at the right time points.
I would encourage patients to kind of push the envelope. The treatments we have today are completely dramatic compared to what we had just some handful of years ago. And so this is a great opportunity for patients to seek out investigational options and to know that those options are likely well tolerated and going to be a safe consideration for them to take.